Someone who looks so promising, so rich in endowments, and being unable to reach the promised land. The narcissist is like an ever-receding mirage, like a fata morgana, an oasis in the desert, full of palm trees and water, and yet never accessible, never reachable. The more you pursue the narcissist, the more the illusion or the hallucination evaporates. It's like trying to capture a cloud.
Here is ridiculous lie number 227. It's a twofer. 2 lies in 1. She would say things like, is a call okay? Oh, you're working late tonight, like surprised that he's working late because she didn't get a call from him. Time for a quick call. And there was a few others where she was out running errands and she told him, I'm going to make one more stop. Like, you better call soon, otherwise we can't have our private conversation. And so I was alarmed, very alarmed by these messages. And I looked through the records because we were on the same phone plan, Verizon. So I looked through and I counted up how many minutes they had talked over a 3-month period, and it was 1,290 something minutes.
He's been on the phone for 105 minutes and maybe another call of like 72 minutes on the same day. By the time he gets home and I ask him, how was your day? Do you want to talk? And he's just short because he's exhausted. He's already had his emotional cup fill. He doesn't need me to hear about his day. He doesn't need me to respond. He doesn't need my laughter. He doesn't need my affirmation, my acknowledgement. After 2 hours on the phone, longer than that, 105 minutes. I'll go to the record right here.
Would get on rabbit trails where they would just keep spinning into different things, and it was just all silly stuff, all just because they both just acted all silly willy all the time, just goofy, like not even goofy is funny, but it was just like stupid silly, like little dad joke kind of things, or hype, and making humor where there is no humor just to, like, I don't know, reassure themselves that they're real people. And so it's just all fakery, or maybe that's how they talked in front of me, because they couldn't talk like they really wanted to talk because they had a 2-year affair, pretty much. He'd act like I was completely ridiculous for questioning. He'd act like it was the most crazy idea that I suspected anything, which really didn't even make any sense. It's like, okay, well that might explain like one of these calls, but why? Like, it doesn't. It was just a distraction. I see it now. See it clearly now. It was just she wanted to distract me with this story, and it gained my empathy too. Of, oh my gosh, I can't believe we went through that. That's insane. And so it distracts me from the fact that I'm like, why these private conversations with my husband for hours and hours? So she, going into her whole, oh, well, we just talk, and I'm going to try not to mock her in this, but I really didn't get the full story yet. Well, my husband was working on my parents' carport. My parents live next door to me, so I could see him out there working, and my phone, the call is dropped, and my phone went dead or something. I don't know. I lost the call with her, and I thought, she's gonna call him, and he promised that same day that he wouldn't have any conversations with her where I wasn't present. So I thought, I had faith in him, and I thought, well, he won't answer, because he just promised me this morning that he won't talk to her without me around. So he won't answer her call, but I bet she's going to try to call him. And sure enough, she called him, and sure enough, he answered. So I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he went against his word in the same day, and that they probably came up with a story. They probably coordinated what they were going to tell me, because I don't think that he expected me to call her about it,
And it's much worse. It's much worse when at the same time your narcissist is scouting for alternatives, looking for new sources of supply and new so-called intimate partners. And it goes at a dizzying speed, from love bombing and grooming to devaluation and discard and to the next partner, and you suddenly realize you had meant nothing to him. It was all a fake. It was all a narrative. It's like watching one movie and then watching another. There's no loyalty or faithfulness to the last movie you had seen. There's just the drive to entertain yourself. The narcissist had used you in order to occupy a fantastic space for a while, because it made him feel good. You were a tool, you were an instrument. And like every tool and instrument, you're utterly interchangeable. The narcissist had never bonded with you because of who you are. He had bonded with you because of what you could provide. And so when he says, I miss you, he doesn't really miss you. He doesn't really miss you. He misses what you had given him. He misses seeing himself through your eyes. Anyone would do. So the idealization is exposed as a cruel trick, a gimmick by a demented clown, a joker.
And I relaxed, obviously, about him talking to her privately. Somewhere along the lines, I fully bought in to their story, fully bought into he loves me, he's a good person, he would never do that. That's a crazy thing to think, because they're completely just friends. He's not attracted to her like that. There's nothing there. I'm being ridiculous. And convinced myself, fell into the lie that there's nothing happening, and that these people love me. These people are good people. These people are decent and God-loving people. I believed that again. So I trusted him. And I said, he doesn't have to have me around when he's talking to her. So they were talking again, and I called him. He didn't answer. And I came in my home, and I heard that he was in the shower. But I knew that he was on the phone with her, so I had already checked my Verizon app to see, and sure enough, he was on the phone with her and had ignored my call. And so I bust in the bathroom, and I went up to the shower, and I opened the shower, and the shower's cold. He's in the shower, it's completely cold, and his phone is on the dryer, which our washer and dryer is in the bathroom. And I'm like, why are you in the cold shower? And he told me at that time that he just felt like taking a cold shower. I still didn't see it all, though, at that time.
So I just wanted to share this. I went back through my own text messages when I was doing my investigation timeline thing, and I knew he had used my phone to talk with her at times, and I found some suspicious or telling messages. And at the end of this, you'll see one where he says something along the lines of, the coast is clear, you don't have to pretend to be her bestie, and then puts a Pinocchio face, and she laughs. She texts that she laughs,
And it's like they're making fun of me. They're making fun of the fact that I don't know about their secret affair. It's like they got off on fooling me. I'm just this fool, this, goody two-shoe is what I kind of feel like. And they are these much smarter, much more superior beings that are entitled to do whatever they want to do. And I also wanted to warn you, if you are somebody who can't stand President Trump and likes or liked President Biden, that you might not want to watch the end of this. And I cut out a lot of the crudeness. It was hilarious to me, and it also tied in rather well with my video. So later on down the line, I find out that, I catch them at the kitchen table. These moments came back later on because I found out that there was more going on. And so I brought this up to him about the shower thing a couple more times. And the story changed over time. And because I was like, what? You don't ever take a cold shower. You love hot showers. Your showers are so hot, I can't even believe that you can stand them. So why would you be in a cold shower? That doesn't make sense to me. And I really just don't even know why that would be the case. And I also was like, why were you on the phone with her while you were showering? And he said, I wasn't in the shower. And he said that he had turned the shower on, but got to talking with her and walking around doing things, and never actually got into the shower, and the water had just run cold. And I was like, well, why would you leave the shower on and just waste all that water? Like, it still didn't make sense. And then I said, and why were you in the shower when I got home? If that was the case, if that you just turned on the hot water and then oops, it ran out of hot water and it's still there running cold, why would you then get in the shower? And he said, because I wanted to be wet. Like, he wanted to appear that he had been showering so that I wouldn't question why he had let the shower run cold. But no need to be concerned about this, because they're just friends, and this conversation that he had with her had nothing to do with a sexual nature or lovey-dovey nature. There's nothing going on. It's just encouragement. He said, I would encourage her a lot. She would encourage me. No, that's not encouragement. That's encouraging your member, for lack of a better term. That's encouraging her tatas, Yeah, it was a complete lie. It was all just a lie. You just can't imagine that people can lie like this. You can't. Because as a person who values truth and honesty, it's just beyond our comprehension that someone could be that able to just continually lie.
That was a lie. It's definitely your fault.
Shut up.
You showed us that your brain's no more in the media lies.
He is as sharp as
Now
ever.
it's time to go to the nursing home, baby. Bye.
High gas prices.
Yeah, we feel screwed. Economy is killing us, you know it's true. You were sniffing babies, and that ain't no lie. So it's bye. It's time for someone really tough. We wanna tell you that we've had enough. 47's back from 45, baby. Bye.
Donald Trump has been elected.
Donald Trump has won the presidency.
Kiss that big white house. Got it. Your brain is straight up marshmallow fluff. We all see your
LLJ Cool J.
goodbye.
Make America great again.
baby, bye, bye, bye.
No identity is a mess. Is an absolute narcissist as seriously stupid people, as dummies, the quintessential, epitomized dummies.